Hey everyone, welcome back to Code with Poonam. It's day 53 of our 100 days of coding challenge in JavaScript. Today's challenge is all about finding common elements between the two arrays. So let's proceed with this challenge and we will move to our VS Code. If we see in the VS Code, we have here our question, right? Along with the sample input and output. So what is our question? We have to write a JS function to find the common elements between the two given arrays, right? And after that, in the example, we have here what our input, that is two arrays, right? This is our array one, this is our array two, correct? And here we have our output as well, right? So we have here input and output. So let us come here and we will break down this question and we will understand as well, right? So we will write here what? First, we have to write a JS function, right? So I will write here, okay? What is the next thing? We have to find the common elements between the two given arrays, right? So let us come here and that also I'll put it over here, okay? Now let us come here and define our function name. So I'll come at line number 7 and we will define our function name as what? Find common elements, okay? So I will write here what? Find common elements with the parenthesis. So this will be our function name. Now let us come to the line number 8. What we have to find? We have to find the common elements between the two given arrays, right? So let us come down and understand the approach for this question. So I will write here what? Approach, okay? So in this question, we are going to use a filter method, okay? Now, what does this filter method do and how does it work? It works on each and every element of an array, right? And it returns a new array containing the elements that passes a condition specified by a callback function. So this filter method is going to take what? A callback function. So I will write here like this. And here we will pass what element and where is the condition to be written? Here we are going to write a condition, correct? And in this callback function, we pass a condition and on the basis of the condition, it returns us true or false, correct? So I'll write here what? True or false, okay? And we know that false values is always ignored, right? So I will write here ignored. And which values is going to be considered? This value is going to be considered. So we get only the true values when we use a filter method, right? So we will get in a form of an array. So that is what I said. It works on each and every element of an array and it returns a new array containing the element that passes this condition. Only the true values is to be considered, okay? Now we understood that we have to write a condition, correct? Now, what is the condition we are going to write? Now, if you see the question, what it is written here, that we have to find a common elements between the two array, right? So first of all, I will write here what? Condition, and let us see the two arrays. So this is our first array, this is our second array, right? Now we have to check that this particular element exists in this particular array or not. 3 exist in this or not, 4 exist in this or not, 5 exist in this or not, 6 exist in this or not. Whatever it is existing, we have to give the common elements, right? So here what we are going to use, we will be using a includes method. So I will write here what? Includes method, okay? Like this. So we are going to use the include method and for each element, it is going to check that if it exists in the second array using this includes method or not. And later on, it will return the resulting array containing all the common elements, okay? So these are the two things we are going to use it. Filter method, and in that condition, we are going to write the include method. So let us see how we can implement this. So we will come down and we will define our function. So we will write here what? Function, and our function name will be what? Find common elements, right? With this parenthesis, okay? And we will come down and we will quickly invoke it. So I will write here what? Find common elements, and in this we are going to pass our both the arrays, right? So let us come here and let us take this 1 2 3 4. This is our first array. So let us pass it over here and we will write here what? Comma, and let us take our second array. You can also do one thing. You can declare like let array 1 is equal to let array 2 is equal to, and you can store it, and that also you can pass it here. I am directly passing it over here, okay? And now let us come here and receive here as what? ARR1 comma ARR2, right? And let us come here and we will console it out. So console.log I will write, and we will write here what? ARR1 comma ARR2, correct? And let us come here and in the terminal, let us test it out. So I will write here what? Node, and today's challenge is what? 53. So I will write here what? Node day 53 challenge, and we will hit enter. So what do we got? We got here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are able to get both the arrays, right? So we are getting here both the arrays. That means this function is successfully running, right? Now let us start using our filter method, okay? So we will come here and first of all, we will declare a variable, okay? So I will write here what? Common elements, okay? In this, we are going to store our common elements array, okay? So we will write here what? ARR1 I will write, and we will use our filter method, okay? And in this, we are going to write a callback function. So let us come here and write it, and we will write here what? Element. Now here what we will write? We will take our second array. So array2 dot includes I will write, okay? And in this, we are going to pass what? Element, okay? Now what does this mean? So if you see here, this particular array1 is going to filter it out, and it will check that this array1 element is there inside this array2 or not. That is what it is going to check. So it is going to check that if it exists in the second array or not. So that is what we said. What it is going to do, it is going to check that this array1 exists in the second array or not. So this particular element will come here, and we are going to test it here. And if it is there, then it will come and we will get our values, right? So let us come here and we will just console it out. So I will write here what? Console.log, and we will write here what? Common elements, okay? So let us clear the terminal and rerun it. So I will write here what? Node day 53 challenge, and we will hit enter. What do we got? We got here 3 and 4. So it has been clearly observed that this 3 and 4 is here also. This 3 and 4 is here as well, right? So it is finding the common elements, right? So by using the filter and include method, you can easily do this, right? So it is checking for each element, right? So array2 dot includes element whenever you write. So it is going to check this particular element. Array1 element is checking in array2. So remember this line, guys. What it is doing, that array1 element exists in the second array or not. That is what it is checking. So we are using for that includes method, and everything is getting sorted here if we use the include method. So that is what we have done here, okay? So now let us come here and improvise our console.log statement as well. So I will write here what? Template literals, and we will put comma, and I will write here what? Common elements, okay? So as we write here, we get it. Let us come here and rerun it. So I will clear it out. We got here what? Common elements 3, 4. We can put here colon as well, okay? Now let us come here and we will invoke it one more time with different arguments, right? So let us write here what? Find common elements, and let us pass here what? 10, 30, 50 I will write, okay? This much. And we will come here and we will write here what? 30, 20, okay? Let us see what do we get, okay? So rerun it one more time. So node day 53 challenge I will write, and we will hit enter. What do we get? We got here 30. That means if here it is 4, right? Here it is 4 elements, okay? In the second case, there are 3 elements and there are 2 elements. In that scenario also, it is perfectly going to work. So it is not dependent on that we should have a common number of elements also. That means the length should be same. No. Even if the length is different, it is going to give us the exact output, okay? So we will come here and we will remove this line number 16. So for that, we will just comment it out, and I will come here and clear the terminal. And one more time, we will rerun it. So node day 53 challenge, and we will hit enter. What do we get? First time I got 3 and 4. Second time I got 30. That means everything is working properly, right? So that is what we are getting here. And that is what it was expected from us, okay? Let us come here and we will have a quick recap of this particular question. So what it was been asked that we have to write a JS function to find the common elements between the two given arrays, right? And here we had our sample input and output as well, right? So in the input, we have here array 1 and array 2, right? In array 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 as an elements. In array 2, we have what? 3, 4, 5, 6 as an element. And in the output, we have what? 3 and 4. So from the input, we can clearly understand that here we have what? 3 and 4 is the common elements, right? So then we came to the line number 7 and 8. We broke down the question and we wrote what? JS function. And we defined our function name as what? Find common elements, right? And then we wrote here what common elements between the given two arrays, right? So for this, we understood the approach. What we used a filter method, right? What does this filter method do? It is going to work on each and every element of an array, and it returns a new array containing the elements that passes a condition specified by a callback function. So that is what we have passed here. We passed here the callback function, and to that we passed a condition, right? So what was the condition? For that condition, we passed here what? The include method, right? So in this includes method, what it was doing for each element, it is checking that it is existing in the second array or not, right? And if that condition passes out, we get a true. Otherwise, we will get false. So for the false values, filter method is going to ignore everything, right? And only it is going to consider the true values. So that is what we got here, right? So then we came here and we wrote our condition using this include method, correct? So later on, we came at line number 15 and the same thing we implemented here. Okay, so we defined our function find common elements, and we passed here two parameters, that is nothing but array 1 and array 2, right? And we wrote our logic inside it, correct? At line number 17, we declared a variable called as a common elements, and on that we used a filter method, right? So array1 dot filter method we have done, and we have written inside that a callback function, and we have written a condition using our includes method. So what it is doing for each element, it is checking that our array 1 elements is existing in the array 2 elements or not, right? So that is what we are checking here. So at line number 18, we printed our resulting array, right? That contains all the common elements, correct? And we have improvised here little bit as well, right? Then we came at line number 21 and 22 and we invoked this function two times. So first time we invoked wherein we had a same length, we saw that we were getting the common elements. Second time when we invoked, we passed a different length, but then too it was giving us the correct output, right? So this is what it is. We have found out successfully the common elements between the two arrays, right? So we have used a filter method on our array 1 that is going to go through each element, right? We used the include method to check that if that element exists in a array 2 or not. And the common elements are returned and logged, right? That is what was the question, and we have done this successfully as well, right? So let us clear the terminal and rerun it. So I will write here what? Node day 53 challenge, and I will hit enter. So we got here our exact output, right? Now I'll tell you guys why this challenge is important. Because finding common elements between the arrays is a fundamental task in data comparison and validation, even in merging data sets. Also, when we implement the features like search filter, recommendations, and etc., we are making, guys, an excellent progress. So let's keep up the momentum and dive into more challenges. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more daily coding content. And I will see you tomorrow with another exciting challenge. So guys, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.